Hey family, thanks so much for joining me. So I wanted to make you another video. Hope everyone is doing well. So I wanted to talk about um, another reading. So let me just put the disclaimer on it, take what resonates and leave the rest. This is a timeless reading. Could have already happened, could be happening now, or could happen in the future. Um, I use the information that I get from God and from the Holy Spirits. So I don't the Holy Spirit. Sorry, so I don't use cards or anything like that. Um, if you'd like to work with me on astrology readings, on um, twin flame stuff, and all these things, attracting abundance and love into your life, and things like that, feel free to reach out for me to me. My information is in the description below. Excuse me. Um, Sometimes I'll say divine feminine and I mean divine masculine. Sometimes I'll say divine masculine and I mean divine feminine. Use these terms as they make sense in your situation. They're just energies. Um, you can use this as a manifestation reading. You can claim this information as your own, and start letting go of the information that is no longer true about your situation. If there's anything I left out, I will um, sprinkle it in as we go along. So let me get into this reading. So something else that came up is your fear, or divine masculine's fear, that someone will not take them seriously. Um, and this is important, that I was talking about in another reading, a person's fear of someone leaving. And you need to know that there's a lot of ways that evil forces try to attack you, and they will try to attack you in the places where you're the most powerful. So you might have had this experience, collective or divine masculine, divine feminine might have had this experience where you felt like people are not listening to you, they're not taking you seriously. And the reason is because you have such powerful knowledge to share. And there might have been karmics or people put in your way to say you're lying, or they don't believe you, or whatever, or they'll listen to what you're saying and they act like they're really into it and they really think you're great. And then they just kind of dismiss it, you know and you're like, but I thought you really liked me. I thought you were really into me. I thought you thought that the information that I shared with you was really great and powerful. And then the person's like, no, they think you're lame, or they think you're dumb. They think you don't know what you're talking about. But it's like you felt like they used you to get the information, and then you didn't know that they were going and talking to other people and saying the same things that you were saying, and just pretending that they made it up. You got to be careful that you are not doing that to other people, because some people are doing that and stealing other people's information, and it's a betrayal, plain and simple. um to take someone's information and pretend like you made it up, it's awful. um if you're going to make it your own, change, the things that you need to change about it based on your knowledge and understanding and research and stuff like that. But give another person credit. Don't take the information and use it as your own, and not give the person credit for what you've been doing, because it's not right. It's not fair. And you know how you felt when someone just took advantage of you and just listened to the information that you shared and didn't give you credit, didn't acknowledge it, or rejected you, or pushed you away, or whatever, like you didn't matter anymore after they used you for the information, or used you listening to you to get close to you. And then they ended up walking away from you, leaving you, leaving you high and dry. And then it made you right. What was the thing that it tried to make you do? You don't want to talk anymore. You don't want to share anymore, because you feel like someone's just going to listen to you and then take your information, throw it in your face, or use it and lie and pretend like it's their own. This is really important for you to hear, to really hear this, because this is what will happen. You will talk to people, share with people, and then because of the way they treated you, right, the karmics, people that are not meant to be in your life, whether they're so-called soulmates and they actually just want to use you, use your energy, use your information, and use you for what you could give them or what you attract into their lives, and then turn around and walk away. And then some of it makes you not want to talk to other people, right? But you're part of your calling. It's a huge calling for you to share knowledge and information with people. This is so important. I hope you're hearing this. I hope you're getting it. That sometimes we get attacked in the areas where we are the most powerful, the strongest, because it's not meant, like they don't want us to share the knowledge. They don't want us to share the information. So for example, and I'm just putting it out there, I know, that they might get upset with me for saying it, but it's like being on YouTube and they'll, give you 2 or 3 views, and they won't give you that many views, and they'll act like what you're saying is not um is not important, or people don't like it, or they don't think it's cool, or whatever it is, or it shouldn't go viral, but it should go viral. They don't want it to go viral, because then that would be you, a person they're not paying. You're not one of their influencers, but it's a person that they don't endorse, getting all the views, getting all the information. They steal the information. They let one of their influencers talk about it. They get all the views. They make all the money. And it's like they get to capture the market. So instead of giving you the views that you deserve, or the attention you deserve, or the compensation that you deserve, they give it to their own people. This is wrong. It's wrong. It's flat out wrong. But we know that they're not going to stop. So just because they know what they should do, that don't mean that they're going to do the right thing. As a matter of fact, they try to avoid doing the right thing. That's not in their, in their wheelhouse, not in their toolbox, not in their repertoire. So this is wrong, but it's something that happens. And like I said, and it's just like the other thing that I was talking about in the other video, that you feel like, oh, people don't want to listen to me, but you have such important knowledge to share. But if they can stop you from doing that, then they will. It's sort of like an experience that I had where I had a bunch of reports, that I was supposed to write. And it just so happened that they wouldn't let me write the reports. And what happened, then I would feel like, well, fine, then this is, I put in all this effort and they don't want me to do it. So later on down the line, if you're not careful, that evil demonic spirit will try to stop you from um, writing at all. And you can't let it be. You can't let it stop you. You have to keep going, because the information that you have to share, what you have to write about, all these things are really important. You got to make sure that you're spending your efforts, your energy in the right places, in the right ways, so that you're not tempted to stop doing the thing that you know you're supposed to be doing. This is really important. You need to know. Um, do the things that you know you're called to do for the right reasons, so that evil can't stand in the way of you doing those things. Um, this is really sad, but I'm hoping this information is getting through. But divine masculine, divine feminine, you may feel like karmics or, evil entities working through other people have tried to stop you from spreading the knowledge, the information, being kind, being loving, being gentle. If they can, they will try to stop you, but they know how important it is for you to be a shining light in the world, that you're supposed to really help people and lift them up. And it's really a shame on them for trying to do the things that they are trying to do. but do not let it stop you. Continue to watch, listen to, read, look at things that you know will lift you up and will make a difference. Continue to seek out people who have that type of energy, that they're going to try to lift you up instead of putting you down. Um, but there are people out there that are jealous of you, that would try to steal your knowledge and pawn it off as their own, that would try to get other people to believe, convince them to believe that, you know, it's their own when it's not, it's yours. But God, that's why we have God to protect us, to help us, to lift us up. And sometimes people will try to get you to say things just to say them. Um, and then, like I said, they'll tell you what you're saying is stupid or it's not true. They try to disagree with you, or they try to discourage you from sharing your knowledge with anyone else because they know how important it is for other people to hear the messages that you have for them. um, it's a really evil, nasty type of thing that they do. But God, that's why we have God, we have each other. So I hope that you watch, read, listen to, and look at things that will lift you up, that will make a difference, that will change you, that will make you, help you to be better, that you continue sharing your knowledge or whatever it is you are called to do, that you are healing, that you are spreading the truth, and they don't want that. That's why they try to discourage you and stop you from doing things. And a lot of people say, well, if you don't have, if you're not making a ton of money, or if you don't have a huge following, then that means that your product or whatever, your service or your knowledge or your message is not good. That's lies. Sometimes it's that there's evil out there that doesn't want you to share what you have because it is so powerful, and they know the huge impact you would make if you just got a little bit of knowledge out there. So, everybody, I hope you have had a wonderful weekend and looking forward to the week ahead. Hope that you continue to answer your calling and lift people up the way you're supposed to. Um, as always, I say happy lightning fast manifesting, and I'm gonna talk to y'all soon. Thank you for joining me again. Love y'all. Bye for now.